What do we know in terms of the broader strategy from this memo?
Yeah, according to a note that Mark Zuckerberg sent to staff earlier today, we know that he is seeking to cut 5% of staff that he deems to be low performers and then replace them with new talent. This comes after last year, in which the company also saw 5% attrition. So they're going to see about 10% reduction in headcount through about February, mid-February, at the end of the performance cycle. And that's going to open up space, in Zuckerberg's words, for that new talent so that they can compete in a year in which he's focused on AI, the future of social media, and their hardware, their glasses.
It's been a pretty challenging week for Meta last week as well. Board member changes, not to mention, of course, Trump's influence there. Tell us a little bit about what's happening with the company.
Yeah, it's been a very big and chaotic moment for Meta this year. Zuckerberg is clearly trying to demonstrate a new leaf with the Trump administration. He tapped the new board member, Dana White, the UFC chief, who is a Trump ally. He threw into the mix a new head of global policy, who is a Republican strategist. And he ended US-based fact-checking work, which has been in place for years. And to top it all off, changed the hateful conduct policies to make more leniency around the speech that is used online directed at trans and non-binary folks, women, people of color, and immigrants. So it was a busy week last week. Zuckerberg capped it off by visiting Mar-a-Lago. He intends to go to the inauguration next week as well. So we're watching closely as Meta demonstrates a new kind of path forward with the Trump administration.
And part of that is this kind of realliance, or perhaps a more obvious alliance, right? That's quite clear. I do wonder, given the trend that we've seen from, the Twitter users or X users moving to Blue Sky, for example, now we're seeing this sort of phenomenon of TikTok users moving to China's Xiaohongshu. What is the risk for Meta platform users here? Do we expect to see more of a backlash?
The risk from the TikTok news? Specifically, or around the
risk, the risk of the sort of change in fact-checking policy, and perhaps some of the unhappiness for Facebook and Instagram users on that.
Yeah, already we're seeing certainly some users who are disappointed, alienated, clients of Meta's that are distancing themselves from Zuckerberg and these moves. On the flip side of that, you're going to see some that are drawn closer. But that long-term tail-end effect of what kind of content is appearing on social platforms, what dis and misinformation is being spread, that's still to be seen. The fact-checking operation is one that was unbiased and not politically motivated, according to fact checkers themselves, who have put together an open letter, calling for additional fact checking, given their fears about what could come on these platforms. But it remains to be seen. We've certainly seen the effect on X, the spread of misinformation. And so as Zuckerberg seeks to bring these community notes onto his own platform, we'll see if that effect translates into the Meta universe.